And Rich Trapper tapping in, TNN Trap News Network. You feel me?
Rich Trapper.
The homie wanted you to whitelist this shit too.
Who?
Rich Trapper.
Rich Trapper?
He be reacting to your shit.
So let's take it back to the rules. How do you feel about 600 sealed paperwork?
600 is getting that on Monday.
How understandably, we've heard this for about almost a year and a half now.
No, he's getting it Monday.
But are you aware that he was supposed to get it almost a year and a half ago?
No, I wasn't aware of that.
Okay, so him and Wack had a conversation a while ago, and the conversation of 600's paperwork came up, and then it got real quiet. Real quiet. And then here you are now saying Monday, but understandably on our part, it's been a lot of Mondays since then. Mondays are hard though, so I get it, but it's been a lot of Mondays.
Yeah, so basically 600 is just, he's taking it, because think about this, right? If it's sealed paperwork, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is this showing or anybody saying that he came out and he told on their name?
We don't know what it says because it's sealed.
Okay, so a sealed file could be a traffic violation.
It could be, or it could be you telling on the murder. It could be both. You're 100% correct. Two things can be true at once. It could be a jaywalking ticket, or it could be you got caught with the work and told on everybody who got it to you.
Yeah, so it could be anything, but have any individual came out and say 600 is a snitch?
Has any individual come out and say 600 is in fact from 60s and I grew up with him and hung out with him and slid with him? Got your ass. Got your ass.
Okay.
Because, hold on, let me ask you this question. How old are you? I'm 34. How old are you?
I'll be 32 in November.
Okay, so what side of the 60s did you grow up in? Or are you all sides?
No, all sides.
Okay, so we can both agree that 600 would be a hard individual to miss if he was outside, right?
No, you absolutely right. See, but
Hold on. Without saying nothing, we're just gonna say jump off the porch. At 32, if you're 32, how old were you when you jumped off the porch?
14.
14. All right, so at 14 years old, you jumped off the porch. From 14 years old until 32 years old, not including the last 4 years where he's been on the internet, have you ever seen 600 in the 60s?
Yes, I've seen 600 in the 60s.
So let me ask you this. So let me ask you a follow-up question. Wait, hold on.
Let's go back.
No, hold on. You saw him with who?
Wait, he was with Big U, Hop, Lee Mack.
Out his own mouth, he said he did. Out of his own mouth, he said he met Big U 4 to 5 years ago, so you cannot use Big U. I said outside of the last 5 years. He out his own mouth said that. 600 said that. 600 said that. 600 said that he met Big U. Let's table that one. You jumped off the porch at 14. How do you feel about 600 starting a gangbang at 21? His words, not mine.
I mean, let's go to the next question.
I can respect that. He started gangbanging at 21, stopped gangbanging at 32 because he got robbed for 100 P's and had to go to Vegas. His words, not mine. I'm in 100,000. His words, not mine. How do you feel about that? These are all his words. These are not quotes. This is not me being an asshole. I'm not twisting up his words. That is what that nigga said on the Cam Capone interview. Shout out to Cam Capone. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and show him how he feels and all that. He said that. How do you feel about that? 10-year gangbanging career. Started at 10 years old. I started at 21 years old. Had 100,000. Got robbed of the 100,000. Slid to Vegas. Swear to God, he's never been booked. But out his own mouth said that somebody ran off with 100,000 on him. We can both agree that that's a good lick that a nigga hit on you. Because if a nigga took 100,000 from me, I'd be sick. I'd imagine you be too. You feel me?
Okay.
How do you feel about any of this? Or I could respect, because if that's your homie, this is where grown man shit come in. If that's your homie and you don't want to talk about it, you don't want to talk about it.
No, see, let's talk about this, right? We're gonna keep this shit a buck. So 600 told me about the play. See, y'all thinking that somebody pulled up and put a...
Man, fuck the play. We want to talk about this nigga's history, not his stupid ass stories.
Okay, listen,
Let's talk about
how...
what
You said the play.
I said a bunch of shit. Don't focus on one thing. Let's focus on this big picture. We're not gonna see one tree in the forest. We're gonna see the whole landscape. We're not gonna do that. I'm the nigga that Wack got kicked off Clubhouse because I fired his ass up. I got 3 baby mamas and I was raised by a real black woman and I know my daddy. You can't I got baby mamas. I know how bitches and twists and all that type of shit. It's not gonna work. We're gonna talk about the whole forest, not one tree.
Okay, so but think about that. Once you climb up that branch, that tree will fall, right?
You better have strong branches.
Okay, exactly. So look, when he said he was a late bloomer.
Okay.
Not my words, it's his words.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, certain people.
You put your life on the line for this. You could be respectfully, and I mean this with all respect, and God bless you for not being. You could be dead right now. For a nigga to be a late bloomer and start wall banging at 40. That's what you did that's what you put in all that work for that.
Oh my God! In trap news.
Is that what you put in all the work for?
Okay, listen. I respect the certain things that you saying and stuff like that. If it's his words, I didn't look at the interview quite yet. So I'm gonna do my research and then we could do a part 2 with this interview.
I'll send it to you right now. Don't worry about it. I got you. Don't trip. I got you right now. Keep going though. We can hear you.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like I can't speak on that. I just know that when he said about the nigga that ran off for $100,000, he just gave a nigga some work, and when he gave him the work or whatever, he did the transaction, and he didn't see the nigga after that. So it's not like somebody just laid him down and took the $100,000. You get what I'm saying?
I understand that.
They ran off on the plug. He was the plug, and they ran off on him. They just beat him.
So with that being said, is that something? In using you as an example, is that what is tolerable or accepted based upon your standards of being in the streets?
No, a nigga would have died. I would have got his mama and his kids somebody.
So
but
this,
at the end of the day, me and 600 is 2 different individuals.
So
he started boxing and changed his life.
So you can't. This is why I'm gonna say change your life is not really a valid point, because how are you pulling a gun on a senior citizen like Big Cat? Your life, and then you dude your age beat you for 100. You chose an elderly man to pull a gun out on versus to go get the person who got you for your 100 bands. So you can't pull the change your life, because respectfully, and this is no disrespect to Big Cat at all, we all know that this man is not walking around with an AK-47 on him. That didn't need to happen.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, I know that story.
Excuse me?
I don't even know that story.
So 600 was in a donut shop on Hyde Park. You know the donut shop on Hyde Park. And Big Cat walked up and Snitch Hunted froze up, got shaky, and he pulled a blick out on him. Under what circumstances? Let's forget the fact of any of us being gang members. At me being 34, you being 32, 600 being 40, at what point is it acceptable or tolerable for us to pull a gun out on a man as old as Big Cat? Especially, he's not even, and he's saying, Big Cat is saying, and I quote, "Man, what you put a gun out on me for?"
Okay, so
is it acceptable or tolerable?
No, it's not acceptable. Of course not as acceptable pulling a gun out on our homies. You get what I'm saying? But think about this, right? And I'm giving you the words of wisdom when it comes down to the 60s. You ain't a real 60 until you kill one.
Okay, so even with that being said, because that's a common phrase within LA that we all know. So with that being said, you do whatever to your homie, but the stranger that run off with 100,000 gets absolutely nothing. How does that work?
Did he say he seen him again?
How does that work?
But did he see the nigga again?
You would have made a point to see him again. True or false? True or false?
So, Trap News, you like the Lakers?
The direct question okay, so look, I'm gonna ask you a question, you're gonna ask me a question. Anybody who's ever ran off on me in life, I am undefeated in my get back. I will say that. I am undefeated in my get back. So would you say that are you undefeated in your get back?
Of course.
So is 600 undefeated in his get back, allowing somebody to run off on him?
What do you think about LeBron going to? Do you think his son gonna get drafted by the?
I can respect that answer. Because sometimes you got to be smart enough to know everything and not know nothing. I can respect that answer. We can move along. With that being said, the biggest question that we're gonna say that for last. It was another thing. What else did I want to talk to you about?